Good afternoon to all. Our topic is Lesson 4, Types and Categories of Cooperatives. Topic 1, Classification of Cooperatives. The first is according to membership. Primary, the members of which are natural persons of legal age. So ito yung mga miyembro na kooperatiba na nasa legal age na. Who may become members of a primary cooperative. If you are a Filipino of legal age, you can be a co-op member if you meet the qualifications prescribed by the Cooperatives bylaws. So sinasabi dito kung ikaw ay Pilipino na nasa legal age na, pwede ka daw o maaari ka daw maging miyembro ng isang kooperatiba kung na-meet mo daw ang qualifications sa bylaws. The Board of Directors act on application for membership. So, ang BOD daw ang siyang kumikilos sa application for membership. A member may exercise his rights only after having paid the fees for membership and acquire shares in the cooperative. Pagkatapos mabayaran ang mga bayarin sa pagiging isang miyembro, ay saka lamang maaring gamitin ang karapatan ng isang miyembro. Two kinds of membership in the cooperative. Regular members is one who has complied with all the membership requirements, entitled to all the rights and privilege of membership as stated in the Cooperative Code and the Co-op's bylaws. Ito yung mga taong sumusunod sa mga kinakailangan lagi na isang kooperatiba na kung saan may karapatan sila sa lahat ng karapatan. Associate member has no right to vote and to be voted upon and is entitled to such rights and privilege provided by the Cooperatives bylaws. Sila yung mga walang karapatang bumoto at maboto at katulad ng regular members, sila rin ay may karapatan sa lahat ng karapatan. What is the minimum number of members in a cooperative? 50 natural persons of legal age who are citizens of the Philippines. So, ang minimum number of members sa kooperatiba ay 15 natural persons na nasa legal age na at isang mamamayan ng Pilipinas. Secondary, the members of which are primaries. Ito yung nagbibigay ng serbisyong pansektor sa kasapi ng isang kooperatiba. So, tertiary, the members of which are secondaries upward to one or more apex organizations. Ito yung isang kooperatiba na multi-sectoral o sectoral na ang mga miyembro ng kooperatiba ay pangalawa na may layunin na itaguyod at makisali sa estado. Federations or unions, cooperative whose members are cooperatives. The second classification of cooperatives according to territory. Categorized according to areas of operations, which may or may not coincide with the political subdivisions of the country. So, areas of operations, ito yung tumutukoy sa lugar kung saan nagmula ang isang miyembro ng isang kooperatiba. At ito'y tumutukoy din sa pagre-recruit ng isang miyembro. Laboratory cooperative. A cooperative organized by minors must be affiliated with a registered cooperative shall be governed by the guidelines by the CDA. Laboratory cooperative, ito yung binuo ng mga menor de edad na dapat kaanib ng isang rehistradong kooperatiba and shall be governed by the guidelines o alituntunin ng CDA. A laboratory cooperative shall be organized or for any or all the following purposes. Number 1, to serve as a training ground for its members to prepare them for membership in regular cooperatives upang magsilbing isang lugar ng pagsasanay ang mga kasapi ng miyembro at upang ihanda rin sila sa isang regular na kooperatiba. Number 2, to teach the values of thrift and saving mobilization among its members. Ituro ang kahalagahan ng pagtitipid at maayos na pagpapakilos sa kasapi ng isang kooperatiba. Number 3, to instill cooperative values, principles, financial discipline, business skills, and leadership skills among its members upang itanim ang mga kahalagahan ng kooperatiba, prinsipyo, disiplina sa pananalapi, kasanayan sa negosyo, at kasanayan sa pamumuno sa mga miyembro nito. Number 4, to promote and advocate Filipino social and cultural values, financial education, ecological awareness, and sustainable development. Upang maitaguyod ang pagpapahalagang panlipunan at pangkulturang Pilipino, edukasyong pampinansyal, kamalayan sa ekolohiya at napapanatiling pag-unlad.
Magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat. Narito po ang aking report about Prevention of Membership, Topic 2. Application for membership. An applicant shall be deemed a member after approval of his membership by the Board of Directors and shall exercise the rights of a member, he being made such payments to the cooperative in respect to membership or acquired interest in the cooperative as may be prescribed in bylaws. If refused or denied by the Board of Directors, an appeal may be made to the General Assembly and the latter decision shall be final. For this purpose, the General Assembly may officially to create an appeal and grievance committee, the member of which shall serve for a period of 1 year and shall decide appeals on membership application within 30 days upon receipt thereof. If the committee fails to decide within the prescribed period, the appeal is deemed approved in favor of the applicant. R28 RA 9520. When we say prevention, it means that there is an agreement or a law that a particular things must happen or be done. In terms of the membership, sinasabi dito na once na maaprubahan na application na isang applicant ay automatic ay isa ka ng member o kasapi kung saan katulad ng iba pa ay may karapatan na siya na magkaroon ng sahod at iba pa. At kapag naman doon na-deny ng Board of Directors, pwede daw magkaroon ng appeal sa General Assembly in with this. RA 9520 or also known as Philippines Cooperative Code of 2008 is an act for the rights of every members of a cooperative. Meron tinatawag na grievance committee. Ito po yung tumatanggap sa mga complaints ng mga employees at supervisor management. Kumbaga, siya po ang nasa gitna. And in this case, according to RA 9520, yung applicant na hindi tinanggap ay pwede mag-serve for a period of time in 1 year. And within 30 days, ay pwede pag-desisyonan yung appeal ng applicant for his membership. And kapag naman daw po hindi nakapag-decide ang committee within 30 days, ay automatic approved na po yung applicant's membership. Duties and responsibilities of a member. Pay the installment of his per share capital subscription as it falls due and to participate in the capital build-up and savings mobilization activities of the cooperative. Una, dito sa mga responsibilities ng isang membro ay ang pagbabayad ng kanyang installment o yung hinuhulugan niya, which is share capital subscription. Ang share capital po ay ang total funds raised by a company sa pamamagitan ng sale of equity to investors. Patronize the cooperative business and services. Dapat po na itrato ang business ng cooperative ng mabuti at makakatulong dito. Siyempre po, bilang member, dapat all eyes na business ng company and cooperative na kinabibilangan mo. Participate in the membership education programs and other activities and affairs of the cooperative. So, as a member, dapat active or laging kasali sa mga activities na ginaganap sa cooperatives at doon sa membership education program pero far aware to us as a member. Attend and participate in the deliberation of all matters taken during General Assembly meetings. participate in the membership education programs and other activities and affairs of the cooperative. So as a member, dapat active or laging kasali sa mga activities na ginaganap sa cooperative at dun sa membership education programs para work as a member. Attend and participate in the deliberation of all matters taken during General Assembly meetings. Dito naman po, syempre, as a member, dapat alam mo yung nangyayari sa loob ng isang cooperative and mostly nangyayari yung pag-uusap sa importanteng details tuwing General Assembly meeting, so bilang member, dapat a-attend ka. Observe and obey all lawful orders, decisions, rules and regulations adopted by the Board of Directors and the General Assembly indicated in bylaws. Members follow rules and regulations, syempre. Dapat aware ang mga member sa mga ito na dapat talagang sundin kasi part ito ng laws. Right and privilege of members. Regular members. Attend general membership meetings, avail himself of the service of the cooperative subject to certain conditions as may prescribed by the Board of Directors, inspect and examine the book of accounts, the audited financial statement, the minutes books, the share register, and other records of the cooperative during reasonable office hours. Secure copies of cooperative records documents pertaining to the account information of the concerned member. Participate in the continuing education and other training programs of the cooperative and such other rights and privilege as may be granted by the General Assembly. Regular member. Regular member is of who complied with all the membership requirements and entitled to all the rights and privilege of membership. Una, dapat a-attend ng general membership meetings. Sa letter B4, mag-avail o tumanggap na anumang serbisyo ng kooperatiba. Sa letter C, karapatan nilang tingnan po ang mga records ng kooperatiba, pero syempre, kapag working hours, dapat hindi naman po ito pwedeng gamit for personal use kapag hindi o wala siya sa trabaho. Sa letter D, since may karapatan silang i-access ang mga records, karapatan din po nilang magkaroon ng kopya nito for sale of the cooperative. Sa letter E, karapatan din ng isang regular member ang dumalo sa mga training program para sa kauunlad niya at sa benefit din ng kooperatiba. Sa letter F, the rest of the rights and privilege ay binigay ng General Assembly, syempre batay sa batas. Associate members. Attend general meetings. Associate member, one who has no right to vote nor be voted upon and shall be entitled only to such rights and privilege by laws. Ang rights nila ay same o katulad ng sa mga regular member. Condition for a regular member entitled to vote. Avail themselves of the service of the cooperative subject to certain conditions as may be prescribed by the Board of Directors. C. And inspect and examine the books of accounts, the audited financial statement, the minutes books, the share register, and the other records of the cooperative during reasonable office hours. Secure copies of cooperative records, documents pertaining to the account information of the concerned member. Letter E. Such others' right and privilege as must be granted by the General Assembly. Condition for a regular members entitled to pay the membership fee and the value of the minimum share required for a membership. Una, magbabayad ng kanyang membership fee and ng value na depende ng minimum shares nga sa cooperative. Not delinquent in the payment of his her share, capital subscription, and other accounts or obligation. C. Has completed the continuing education program prescribed by the Board of Directors. Dapat daw makompleto yung continuing education program ng Board of Directors. Letter D. Has participated in the affairs of the cooperative and patronized and its business in accordance with cooperative law, policies, and guidelines. Dapat sumali sa mga kaganapan ng isang cooperative. So, basically, dapat nagampanan ng isang member ang kanyang responsibilidad. Additional rights a member entitled to vote. Participate and vote of all matters deliberated upon during General Assembly meetings, be sick and any elective or appointed position subject to the provision of these bylaws and the Philippine Cooperative Code of 2008, and letter C, such other rights and privileges as may be provided by the General Assembly. Liability of members. A member shall be liable for the debts of the cooperative only to the extent of his her subscribed capital. When we say liability, ito yung pagiging responsibilidad sa isang bagay, especially by law. So, ang responsibilidad ng isang member ng pagiging liable niya sa utang ng kooperatiba within the scope of her share capital. Termination of membership may be automatic, voluntary, or involuntary, which should have the effect of extinguishing all rights of a member and the cooperative subject to refund of share capital reduced. Ang termination o pag-aalis sa member sa cooperative ay maaari daw automatic, voluntary, o involuntary. A. Automatic termination of membership. The death or insanity of a member shall be considered an automatic termination of his her membership in the cooperative, provided, however, that in case of death or insanity of a member of a cooperative, the next of kin shall assume the duties and responsibilities of the original member. Isa sa mga automatic termination ay kapag namatay na daw yung member. So basically, syempre, kapag patay na, meaning to say, you're no longer exist. B. Voluntary termination. A member may, for any valid reason, withdraw his her membership from the cooperative by giving a 60-day notice to the Board of Directors. Ito ay nakabase sa own decision ng member. Mostly nga, mga personal reason siya. At dapat daw valid yung reason o dahilan to terminate a contract o a contract. C. Involuntary termination. A member may be terminated by a vote of the majority of all the members of the Board of Directors of any of the following causes. Has not patronized the service, businesses of the cooperative as provided for in the policies of cooperative, has continuously failed to comply with his or her obligation as provided for in the policies of the cooperative, has violated any provision of these bylaws and the policies of the cooperative, and for any act or mission injurious or prejudicial to the interests of the welfare of the cooperative as defined by the General Assembly Section R30 RA 9520 indicated also in bylaws. Involuntary. Ito naman ay ang pagtatanggal ng nasa desisyon ng mga board members, and of course, there are valid reasons for this. Kasama daw yung parang hindi mo pagtupad sa mga duties and responsibilities like nung nabanggit kanina. And then, kasama nito sa reasons for termination ay ang pag-violate o paglabag sa mga provision ng kooperatiba. Maraming salamat po.
Associate members. Narito ang mga responsibilidad meron ng mga associate members ng isang kooperatiba. A. Attend general membership meetings. Kailangan ng mga isang associate member ay palagi ang dumadalo sa mga meeting ng samahan. And ang attendance ay nararapat sa isang miyembro. B. Avail themselves of the service of the cooperative subject to certain condition as may be prescribed by the board directors. Ang pangalawa daw ay nararapat na ma-involve ang isang associate member ang kanyang sarili sa mga serbisyong ginagawa ng kooperatiba, ngunit ang mga serbisyong ito ay bukas pa sa pagbabago at may mga nakatalaga na kondisyon na karaniwan ay ang board members. Ang board of directors ang mga nakaatas na may akda. C. Inspect and examine the books of account, the audited financial statement, the minutes book, the share register, and the other records of the cooperative during reasonable office hours. Palagi ang pagbisita at pag-inspect ng mga importanteng dokumento ng kooperatiba kagaya ng books of accounts, audited financial statements, minuto ng mga nakaraang pagpupulong, share registered at iba pang mga dokumento na importante sa kooperatiba sa mga oras ng pagtatrabaho. Mahalagang alam ng isang associate member ang mga ito upang ma-monitor nila ang mga nangyayari sa samahan at maging mga perang pumapasok dito. D. Secure copies of cooperative records document pertaining to the account information of concerned member. Ang pang-apat daw ay ang paglipat ng kopya ng mga importante at vital records ng kooperatiba. Maging ang mga records at informasyon ng mga miyembro ay nararapat na mayroong kopya ng isang associate members. Tapos E. Such other rights and privileges as may be granted by General Assembly indicates by the law. Tapos ito daw yung ang paghuli ay ito nga daw yung ang nararapat at pribilehiyong tanggapin ng isang associate member ay nakaayon sa mga kagustuhan ng General Assembly. Tapos next ay condition for regular member entitled to vote. A. Pay the membership fee and the value of the minimum share required for membership. Ito daw yung nakabayad na for membership fee at minimum value binabayaran para mapasama sa kooperatiba. B. Not delinquent in the payment of his or her share capital subscription and other accounts or obligation. Ang pangalawa daw ay hindi pumapalya sa pagbabayad ng kanyang share capital, contribution at sa iba pang account at obligasyon sa samahan. C. Has completed the continuing education program prescribed by the board of directors. Yung pangatlo daw ay nakapagtapos sa pag-aaral ng Bachelor of Degree na nakasaad sa panuntuyan o kondisyon ng mga board directors. Tapos yung D ay has participated in the affairs of the cooperative and patronized and its business in accordance with cooperative policies and guidelines indicated in the bylaws. Yun di daw ay nakikisama at nakikilahok ang mga affairs na isinasagawa ng kooperatiba, pinapatronize at ang kanyang mga gawain ay nakaayon sa policies and guidance ng cooperative. Tapos, additional rights a members entitled to vote. A. Participate and vote on all matters deliberated upon during General Assembly meetings. Yung panguna daw ay aktibong makisama at bumoto sa lahat ng mga agenda at bagay na mapapag-usapan ng mga General Assembly meetings. B. Seek any elective and appointed position subject to the provisions of this bylaw and the Philippine Cooperative Code of 2008. Pangalawa, ay humanap ng isang pagbobotohan o appointed na posisyon na naaayon sa mga probisyon na nakasaad sa bylaw ng Philippines Cooperative Code of 2008. And C. Such other rights and privileges as may be provided by the General Assembly. Ang panghuli daw ay ang mga iba pang karapatan na pribilehiyo ibinibigay at ginagawa ng General Assembly. Tapos, liability of members. A member shall be liable for the debts of the cooperative only to the extent of his or her subscribed share capital. Ito daw ay ang isang miyembro ay may liability na sa mga utang na meron ang kooperatiba, ngunit ang halaga nito ay hanggang sa maximum lang ng kanyang subscribed share capital. That's all.
Good afternoon. Liability of members. A member shall be liable for the debts of the cooperative only to the extent of his or her subscribed share capital. This means that a member has a responsibility for the debts of the cooperative, but only to the area covered by his or her subscribed capitals. Next, termination of membership. Termination of membership may be automatic, voluntary, or involuntary, which shall have the effect of extinguishing all rights of a member in the cooperative, subject to refund of share capital regions. Terminating a member may be automatic, voluntary, or involuntary. Upon ending his or her membership, he or she must be incapable of any rights in the cooperative, given a refund or take back of his or her share capital regions. Next is automatic termination of membership. The death or insanity of a member shall be considered an automatic termination of his or her membership in the cooperative, provided, however, that in case of death or insanity of a member of a cooperative, the next of kin shall assume the duties and responsibilities of the original member. Means that the automatic termination of a membership shall only apply to those who are dead or in state of insanity. The relatives or closest living relative shall shoulder or take responsibility of the duties and responsibilities of the original member. Next is the voluntary termination of membership. A member may, for any valid reason, withdraw his or her membership from the cooperative by giving a 60-day notice to the board of directors. It means that a member can withdraw his or her membership given under circumstances and for any valid reason, but a member shall notify the board of directors for 6 days prior to his or her exit. Next is involuntary termination. A member may be terminated by a vote of the majority of all the members of the board of directors or any following causes. 1. Has not patronized the service business of the cooperative as provided for in the policies of the cooperative. It means that the member has not patronized or maximized the use of service or business of the cooperative as it is used in the policies of the cooperative. 2. Has continuously failed to comply with his or her obligation as provided for in the policies of the cooperative. Means that if the member wasn't able to comply or continue support with his or her obligation and responsibilities as it is said in the policies of the cooperative. And 3. Has violated any provision by this law and the policies of the cooperative. Means if the member has violated or disobeyed any provision of bylaws and policies of the cooperative. And 4. For any act or omission injuries or prejudicial to the interests or the welfare of the cooperative as defined by the General Assembly Section R30 RA 9520 indicated also in the bylaws. Means if the member has done something bad or something that harm against welfare and safety of the cooperative. That's all. Thank you.
Good morning, this is my topic. Types of cooperative in the Philippines. Credit cooperative is one that promotes and undertakes savings and lending services among its members. It generates a common pool of funds in order to provide financial assistance and other related financial services to its members for productive and provident purposes. Ang credit cooperative, ito ay nagbibigay ng savings at lending services sa kanyang mga miyembro. Nag-generate din ito ng mga common pool of funds mula sa mga miyembro upang makapagbigay ng financial assistance at iba pang related financial services sa mga miyembro. Consumers cooperative is one that primary purpose of which is to procure and distribute commodities to members and non-members. Ito naman ay ang pagbili at pamamahagi ng mga kailangang produkto o serbisyo. Sa mga members at non-members, ang primary purpose ng isang consumer cooperative. Karaniwang mga merchandise stores, supermarkets, at agricultural stores ang nakikitang mga halimbawa ng consumer cooperative. Producers cooperative is one that undertakes a joint production whether agricultural or industrial. It is formed and operated by its members to undertake the production and processing of raw materials or goods produced by its members into finished or processed products for sale by the cooperative to its members and non-members. Nagsasagawa naman ng joint production ng mga producers cooperative at pwede itong agricultural o industrial production. Ito ay binubuo at pinatatakbo ng mga miyembro para sa production at processing raw materials o kaya naman ay mga goods na nagawa ng miyembro nito upang makagawa ng mga finished processed products. Maaring ibenta ito ng kooperatiba sa mga members at non-members. Marketing cooperative is one which engages in the supply of production inputs to members and markets their products. Sila naman ay nagbibigay o nagbebenta ng mga production inputs sa kanyang mga miyembro, ang isang marketing cooperative. Kasabay nito, binebenta rin nito ang mga produkto ng mga miyembro sa members and non-members of the cooperative. Service cooperative is one engaged in medical and dental care, hospitalization, transportation, insurance, housing, labor, electric light and power, communication, professional and other services. Tinuturing na service cooperative ang isang kooperatiba kung nagbibigay ito ng mga serbisyo, mga susunod na larangan, kunwari ng medical at dental care, hospitalization, transportation, at iba pang mga serbisyo. Multipurpose cooperative is one which combines two or more business activities of this different cooperative. Kung ginagawa ng isang kooperatiba ang dalawa o higit sa mga business activities na nakapaloob sa uri ng kooperatiba sa itaas, multipurpose cooperative ang tawag dito. Advocacy cooperative is a primary objective which promotes and
Education cooperative is one organized for the primary purpose of owning the and operating licensed educational institution, notwithstanding the provision of Republic Act 9155, other known as the Governance of Basic Education Act of 2001. Cooperative education is a structured method of combining classroom-based education with practical work experience. A cooperative education experience, commonly known as a co-op, provides academic credit for a structured job experience. Cooperative education typically occurs during a student junior or senior year of college. They will offer work in a position within their area of study. For example, a student who's a marketing major would work in entry-level role like a marketing coordinator. Electric cooperative is one organized for the primary purpose of undertaking power generation, utilizing renewable energy resources, including hybrid system, acquisition, and operation of subsumption of distribution of its household members. An electric cooperative is a private, non-profit company whose purpose to deliver electricity to its customers and members. Cooperative also encourage members to voice their true and ideas within the company. The first electric cooperative in the Philippines is La Electricista, founded in 1892, was the very first electric company to provide electric in Manila. Our electric cooperative in the Philippines, government owned. The National Electrification Administration is a government-owned and controlled corporation attached to the Department of Energy of the Philippines. Tasked in the full implementation of the Rural Electrificational Program and reinforce the electrical capability and financial viability of the 121 rural electric cooperative. The biggest electric supplier of the Philippines is Meralco Company. Financial Service Cooperative is one organized for the primary purpose of engaging in saving and credit service and either financial services. A financial cooperative is a type of financial institution that is owned and operated by its members. These institutions attempt to differentiate themselves by offering above average services along with the competitive rates in the areas of insurance, lending, and investment dealings. What an example of financial cooperative. Cooperative financial institutions are non-for-profit organizations that benefit their members, owners, not stakeholders. Example of financial co-ops include Navy Federal Credit Union, Alliant Credit Union, and Penfed Credit Union. Fisherman Cooperative is one organized for marginalized fishermen in localities whose product are the market either as a fresh or processed product. Fishery cooperative can co-manage coastal fishery resources, help improve the living condition of small-scale fishers, and slow down the rapid deflection of these resources. Team Fisher Folks Cooperative in Capiz, Central Philippines were accessed for their willingness to co-manage fishery resources. How do fishing co-ops works? Cooperatives are generally compressed of fishermen from the same community that share common characteristics such as target species, fishing area or gear type, When members of a cooperative work together to achieve shared sustainability goals, they collectively reap the benefits. How do fishermen get benefited under the cooperatives? Fishing cooperatives have access to fishing permits, subsidies, and fishing gear. To obtain these benefits, fishers don't pay out of pocket. Instead, stakeholders are willing to grant these permit, loans, and subsidies in the trade for the labor they provide. Health Service Cooperative is one organized for the primary purpose of providing medical, dental, and other health services. Health Service Cooperative refers to a cooperative organized for the primary purpose of providing medical, dental, and other health services. Share capital refers to the money paid for the required to be paid by the members for the conduct of the operation of the cooperative. What is a cooperative hospital? The cooperative hospital must visualize ways to forge partnerships with the government, private sector, NGOs, etc. The operational areas, the hospital must develop partnership with the private sector. The hospital must develop comprehensive healthcare programs. Housing cooperative is one organized to assist or provide access to housing for the benefit of its regular members who actively participate in the savings program for housing. It is co-owned and controlled by its members. What is the purpose of housing cooperative? Housing cooperative provide a way for people to share in the ownership of property and live in its affordable rent levels, as opposed to rent levels designed to generate profit for an individual or company. They are an alternative to home ownership in the traditional sense or renting in the private sector. What is an example of co-op housing? A co-op, aka a housing cooperative, is a type of housing owned by the corporation made up of the owners within the co-op. Example of the housing cooperative is a Camellia House, insurance cooperative is the one engaged in the business of insuring life and property of cooperatives and their members. What is cooperative insurance? Cooperative insurance is a type of property, casualty, and insurance for owners of cooperative apartment or other cooperative organized. These policies generally cover losses to their building or individual units. For residential co-ops, this is a type of coverage includes burglary, fire damage, and liability. Among others, generally, cooperative building provides coverage for common areas such as hallway, foyer, basement, roofs, elevator, and common walkways. The co-op association insurance policy generally protects the building, not the individual owner's apartment, unless the damage occurs as a result of something under the association jurisdiction. Example of insurance cooperative. There are as of 2015 only 2 licensed cooperative insurance companies in the Philippines. They are the Claims Life and General Insurance Cooperative and the Cooperative Insurance System of the Philippines. Transport Cooperative. It is which includes land and sea transportation limited to small vessel as defined or classified under the Philippine Maritime Laws, organized under the provisions of this code. Transport Cooperative. The Office of Transportation Cooperative is a government agency of the Philippines mandated to promulgate and implement rules and regulations that governs the promotion, organizations, regulations, supervisions, registration, through accreditation, and development of transportation cooperatives, which are subject to the approval of the Department of Transportation. These societies are formed to provide the services as transferred to its members. At a lower rates, welfare bus scheme is an example of this type of society. A pass is handed over to the number of traveling and approved routes. Water Service Cooperative is an organized to own, operate, and manage water system for the vision and distribution of potable water for its member and their household. Water Service Cooperative. What is Water Service Cooperative? Cooperative organized to own, operate, and manage water system for the provision and distribution of potable water for its members and their household. Example of water services cooperative: Blue Water Service Cooperative, Pag-asa Water Service Cooperative. And the last one, Workers Cooperative, is one organized by workers, including the self-employed, who at the same time the members of enterprise. Its principal purpose is to provide employment and business opportunities to its members and management. It is accordance with cooperative principles. Workers' Cooperative, as defined under Article 23 of RA 95220. A workers' cooperative is one organized by workers, including the self-employed, who are at the same time the member and owner of the enterprise. More especially, it is a social enterprise that is managed by the members who offer labor as their service to different. What is the purpose of working cooperative? Any type of business can be owned and controlled as a cooperative, and the worker cooperatives can provide way to organize new forms of work with less dependence on the employer and increased flexibility and collaboration among workers. Example of these cooperative forms include groceries, early childhood education, and home healthcare businesses. And that's all. Thank you.